The Church of Scientology says Anonymous is a cyber-terrorist group of religious bigots.
The actions of Anonymous will not interrupt the normal activities of the Church, servicing its parishioners and the local community, and we're in coordination with the police to minimise the negative impact of this terrorist group.
By the television and recording industries to those who displayed pirated copyright works. Anonymous alleged free speech justification is a belief with the fact that the video in question has been seen by millions. It is Anonymous that has repeatedly attempted to suppress free speech through illegal assaults on church websites as to prevent internet use from obtaining information from the church. They have engaged in other acts of terrorism, including threats of violence, telephone calls, fax transmissions and emails. Not to mention the anonymous wearing of white collar to dozens of our churches, requiring the service of law enforcement. Anonymous claims of altruistic purposes are no more different than those heard from any terrorist group. We are not the first to be targeted using the Scientology's prominence. Anonymous hopes to garner more attention. Anonymous has publicly proclaimed its guiding materials to be the Communist Manifesto and Mein Kampf. Quite obviously, this group is not just anti-Scientology, it is anti-freedom religion, anti-free speech. Religious bigotry of any nature is deplorable, profoundly affects the entire community. The terrorist crimes of Anonymous should be condemned. Anyone desiring information about the church can note.
Well, that goes on for a while. All these images. You can watch it online, of course. Well, what is showed, and what all these images, all these pictures of anonymous people all over the world, what it shows is that they really are everywhere, and pretty much on every continent. It was Antarctica, I think, and it's not a Photoshop thing. Well, the fact that Anonymous was able to orchestrate a worldwide protest in about every continent, really every continent in the world, in about 2 weeks' time, it was unexpected to most, and even to the participants. There were about 7,000 people at the first protest, but the next one got over 9,000 attendance. And it all started as a raid for fun, and for many it was nothing serious. But everyone started to research the cult in depth, and many came to the conclusion that they were dealing with something quite evil. The amount of information available on the internet already, yes. The amount of information available on the internet already was incredible due to its long history that Scientology has with the internet. And, well, these protests were held on a monthly basis since then. And aside from that, the internet war against them is waging as strongly as ever, although at a different angle than before. They stopped DDoSing Scientology and started using other forms of online protests against the cult, using, trolling techniques and stuff and working on social websites. For example, a group of anonymous people will set up a few sock puppet accounts on Facebook, and quite a few anonymous people have become fluent in what we call Scientology speak, the slang that they use amongst themselves. So they managed to portray a convincing Scientologist persona online, and then they proceed to set up a group praising some specific works of L. Ron Hubbard. And after a little while, and after some social engineering, they start inviting Scientologists to this Facebook group. If all goes well, and those Scientologists will invite their friends, and quite soon you have a huge group of Scientologists. And of course, at this point, you start to post some uncomfortable truths about Scientology. Another quite important use, of course, of the internet as a tool for Scientology is simple fact-checking. Scientology has a habit of making outrageous claims and a lot of propaganda stuff on the internet. Well, I don't know if I have that here. Here's some Dutch guy from the Socialist Party. He was in some strange Scientology propaganda movie. Well, of course, we found out, and we managed to find out who he is. And well, there were lots of questions from the media when people found out. Well, of course, the internet wars against Scientology started somewhere in the early 90s. And, well, Cousin Spine can tell you all about that. I won't go into detail about it. But even back then, there was something very similar going on. And there was this little declaration of war. I don't know if you can read it. I don't think you can. But it's a declaration of war by the cult of the dead cow. And, well, it's very funny. It's somewhat in the same spirit as, well, as the anonymous people, I guess. Let's skip a few things. Well, of course, the longtime critics and ex-Scientologists have long ago flooded the web with various evidence, personal accounts, court documents, and well, lots of documents, movies, documentaries about Scientology's fraud and abuse, and their attempts